Geoff Keighley is starting to feel the heat after Highguard released, and the community was not very happy with the results of it. And Highguard itself went from nearly 100,000 concurrent players to, as of right now, 15,000 concurrent players on Steam, which might be the most catastrophic drop of a launch day title to the follow-up day I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't think it's even close. So Geoff Keighley was getting a little brushback today when he opened his Twitter. And you might be wondering why that is. Well, that's because he said people are going to owe him an apology. In 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies. 48 hours later, I don't know, Geoff. It certainly sounds like you might need to apologize to the entire community. To which I replied with Captain America. Yeah, we're gonna need to have a talk. Blabs. He's getting completely cooked in the replies. TiVo, this was literally you for the past week when it comes to Highguard. This is Geoff Keighley's feed ever since he allegedly decided to put Highguard as the game to end the Game Awards, which I attended in person and was super hyped for something really special, like for a moment in time to be there in person, like some sort of, I don't know, like a Half-Life 3 announcement that even Geoff had been alluding to leading up to the Game Awards, or something just really special. And then Highguard was the game, and I was just like, oh, it's a team squad-based hero looter shooter style game in the vein of Concord. Great. Like, what? That's the game you're ending the Game Awards with? And then from there, he proceeds to continually post about Highguard and the Super Mario Brothers movie. But it's either Super Mario Brothers movie or Highguard. This is when Highguard launched, and here we go. Promoting the Highguard trailer, promoting a Polygon, pumping it up. Highguard isn't DOA. In fact, after 4 hours, I'm convinced it's one of the best new shooters in years. Again, Polygon, which you know what their value is worth. Screenshots from Highguard, thoughts on Highguard so far. This is all Geoff Keighley's timeline. Oh, hey, look, Capcom. And then opening X this morning. Not that he should be really surprised, right? Rock solid. Did I just do that? I just killed a video game with my freaking awards show? I said, Highguard kicks off day 2 with about 15% of the amount of concurrent players compared to launch day. Reviews are still overwhelmingly negative, not a great sign. And it really didn't even improve much from that the entire day. And it's right back there at the end of the day. We have Nick Tech. Fun fact, speaking of Concord, there is still one player that is playing Concord from time to time. This is what SteamDB shows. Ever since Concord died, that user has the game still installed on his system and launches it, even though the servers are shut down. Who is he? And what is his end goal? Is that going to end up Highguard down the road? Probably not. It's a free-to-play game, but if they take it offline because the servers are costing more than they're making in content, you never know. Tebow, Minimal Effort Gaming. Highguard won't be another Concord. It already has 97,000 players. You're right. Highguard isn't Concord 2. It's worse. Concord managed to get $40 out of a small group of people. Highguard is free, and no one even wants it. Stuttering Craig from Side Scrollers. I just played 90 minutes of Highguard. I'm even more convinced the only reason that Geoff is promoting that game is because he's getting a percentage of the revenue. It's the most bland, generic game with a gun I've ever played, and it will be dead in a week. Since this, by the way, Geoff has come forward and stated that he is not paying for the game, not being paid for the game, has no connection financially, allegedly, according to Geoff behind the scenes. Now, that might be referring to monetary. You don't know about friends and relationships behind the scenes and potential like alliances that are going on. We don't know how deep it goes, but according to Geoff, he's not getting a financial reward for it, for whatever he's doing. Savvy. I wonder if lawyers were called, Lamau. Truly, this has become a red flag of sorts. They should be forced to label what they actually did instead of just saying, I worked on Apex. Quote tweeting Coco, you know it's bad when Highguard removed from the creators of Apex and Titanfall from their description. That's not an accidental, oh, let's update the description. That's we got a call from the lawyers at EA saying, get our names off of your description right now. we see the backlash you're getting. We want no part of this whatsoever. We don't want to be associated with you. Get it off there. And you know what's funny? There are multiple people that work at Wildlight Entertainment, the studio behind Highguard, that worked at Firewalk Studios, the studio behind Concord. It's curious how they left the name Concord off the, we've also worked on Concord. Funny how they left that one off there. And I said, this cracks me up every time I see it. This has been circulating. I have no idea where it came from, but I've seen this for months now. And every time it shows up on my feed, I laugh like out loud. It's hysterical. Madam Savvy, this is the community manager for Highguard, claiming Elon is a Nazi because of course, but pays for X because of course, and continues to be here. She previously done the big virtue signaling and genuinely believes the nonsense numbers about the 50-50 gaming split. At least all these people are contained in a new IP, but it won't last long. This plus outsourcing the heroes for the hero shooter game tells me they really did focus on all the wrong things. Though when you play Highguard, it makes you wonder what they even did choose to focus on. It's all so mishandled. Alex Frostwolf. So you found out your favorite creator is actually a bigot, and now you have an extra $5 to $10 on your hands. Here are some charities you can donate to instead. GLAD, Trans Lifeline, to the Trevor Project. Okay. Can we normalize men painting their nails? Clear, neon, black, you name it. I'm tired of people being put down for taking part in an act of self-care. I'd love to hear more about why you think gamers as a demographic are conservative. Is this coming from personal observation or data? Recent data shows that we're getting close to an even split between male and female gamers globally, with female gamers accounting for 45% in the United States. Like, this is one of those, I'm very curious about this individual's IQ level. If they're really buying girls totally make up 45% of the gaming population. Sure they do. Totally. Hey gamers, a gentle reminder. When playing with women, just like everyone else, if they don't ask you for advice or help on how to play, you don't need to give it. We got it. Promise. Okay, love you, bye. Again. We at Respawn are as diverse as the legends we've created and communities we support. No matter your sexuality or gender identity, we see you this month and always. Community manager. Oh, okay. So it's a mentally ill dude that's very confused and thinks he's a girl. Alex Frostwolf. Here's one picture. Alex Frostwolf. Here's the other picture. There's what Alex actually looks like. So of course they're pushing gender ideology. Then you go over to the Steam discussion forums. Grow up, form your own opinion. I mean, I'm all for that. But we had nearly 100,000 concurrent players yesterday play this game for free. And then the very next day, that number did not go up. It shrank by almost 85%. I got to be honest, if it's not catching on with the community, I got better things to do. Like, sorry. I watched Vera Dark play it. I'm just like, it just looks boring. I don't know what you want from me. I don't have to like everything that comes out. Sorry. Blatant review bombing. Like, there's people that are just so desperate to defend this. It's embarrassing. Do Americans just sleep 24/7 or something? Steam needs to do something. Purge the negative reviews. Do you notice all the people in the forums like desperately trying to save this game from the fate we all know it's headed towards? And you have one chance to make a first impression. That failed miserably. And this was put on the grandest stage, the biggest tee in the ballpark to knock it out. And it came, and it was a little dribbler back to the mound and game over. Like, that's it. You totally fucked it up, and the ball was on the tee. It is now joining the likes of, this is Central Scrutiny Nick, big fan of this game genre. Shit nobody fucking asked for. Highguard, Concord, Fair Games, Foam Stars. I mean, this is missing Veilguard and quite a few others, of course, but yes, there's definitely a genre for these, I guess, group-based tactical games. I guess then Veilguard wouldn't be on this list, but games that are just hardcore woke, lots of money failures, yeah, it would fit in there. This is something that is going to go down in history as the numbers go down. I have never seen anything like this. That is, it's almost like the first thought I have is SteamDB broken? That shouldn't be the first thought you have when it comes to player count. Even though, because I'm sure there's going to be some people that are like, hey, 15,000 is still a respectable amount of people playing a game, which I would argue, obviously, yes, it is. But you have to remember, it's a free-to-play game. It costs people absolutely nothing. This does not translate to making money. This just translates to people playing a game, seeing if they like it, and then moving on to something else when it starts charging money. That's a concern. If you can't get the big-time streamers that are excited about this, who's going to care? Like, seriously. Gaming community does do a lot of what is popular. What are the big gamers playing? I want to be a part of what everyone is playing, especially when it comes to squad-based shooters. You can't have a game like this or Concord and then not be embraced by the community, because it will just fizzle out and die. And the problem, I would argue, and I'll leave it at this, the problem with what Highguard did in their approach was they did their PR puff piece and their PR events, bringing in all the shills, and all of them to a T were like, oh my God, best game ever. You guys are going to have your mind blown as soon as you get to see this game. And I just rolled my eyes. I'm like, how many times are we going to go through this? Every single time, rinse and repeat, bring in the shills. They all say it's great. Game comes out, flops. It literally does nothing to change the perspective of the community whatsoever, because everybody already knows those people are bought and paid for with the flights, the food, the travel, the hotels, the gifts, everything given to them, the gift bags, all the free stuff and the swag, that their opinion has been paid for. So when the game actually launches, people don't listen to what they have to say. They listen to people they trust in the community. There's an entire network of people that are trusted with what these games are. It's like, yeah, it's legit good, or no, I am not going to bother playing that game. Honest people, people that actually care about gaming. They're not here to get attention and grift and grow. They're just here because they genuinely love this industry and they're trying their best to save it. That's something the disconnect from Wildlight Entertainment completely missed with when they set off to get this game attention-wise. And because of that, I think people are already kind of like questioned going into this game, and then they play it like, yeah, no, it's just another one of those games. It is. And it's, you know what? A part of me is like, I feel bad because I know there's a lot of people that worked on this game and they're really excited about it. But the other part of me is like, what do you want? Not everyone can be an astronaut. Not every game can be Fortnite. It really takes something special, unique, transcendent that other games aren't doing. And from what I've seen with Highguard, the only thing that it does different is boring. And that's not any better. No wonder Legendary Drop didn't get invited. Lol, you could tell what he would say. Well, I think the whole Dr. Disrespect thing that I covered the other day was like foreshadowing, because when he put that out there, all the shills were freaking out. No, he wasn't there. We We do not ideologically align with him. It's like, oh, okay. In a weird way, it was kind of like ratting them out, like, oh, that's who the studio really is. Sergeant Sapient for the 2. Shills, the best game I was paid to shill for. It's so obvious. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. People aren't retarded. They're not just going to be like, this like, and talk about destroying your credibility. Like, I should know, because I fell for this once way back in the day with the whole Intellivision Amico thing. Although, to be fair, I really did enjoy my time with the system. And at the price point that Tommy Tallarico was promising it to come out, I think it was like $150 or $180, and the games to be $5 each. I was like, yeah, this is great. The colors on the system with the controllers and the touchscreens, and it was fun. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of did turn into a shill for it, but because I genuinely liked it. But then it never came out, and then people got mad at me. I'm like, well, shit, I don't control the company. I didn't know it wasn't coming out. They promised me it was coming out. Amico, Smash's greatest hit, right? I still stand by. It was a fun system. It was. I'm sad that it never came out. It is sad, but that's the closest I ever came to like shilling for something. But these people that were flown out and put up at hotels and given swag bags and wined and dined, and we're supposed to believe their opinion of, oh my God, the game's amazing. Well, shit, of course it is. If they're pampering you the whole time, you're going to have a great time. Yeah. How does it actually translate to actual people that aren't being pampered the whole time with the game? Is it worth their time? No? Okay, then your word is completely useless.